So let's be honest, Sonic the Hedgehog has kind of been on the downhill for about 10 plus years now, and while it seems like there's been a good 2 or 3 games that come out for him, there's another 3 or 4 that just dash the hope of ever having a good Sonic game ever again. I mean, you had like Sonic 4, Once Upon a Time, and while that same hope is in Sonic Mania and Sonic Generations 2, let's just focus on the failures. So the only 2 rules is that there are no ports, so Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive isn't a thing, or the Game Boy Advance isn't a thing, and you have to be able to play as Sonic. So that means no Shadow the Hedgehog, no Knuckles Chaotix, no nothing, just Sonic. Sonic! Alright, so let's get started.
Number 10.
Sonic Unleashed. Starting off, we've got Sonic Unleashed, which isn't all that bad. Or at least half of it isn't bad. It's actually a pretty fun game going through the fast-paced levels. Honestly, it's probably one of the fastest Sonic games to date. The sense of speed in the normal Sonic stages are unbelievably fast, but then going through the Werehog stages, no, you heard me right, Werehog, is just a sluggish beat-em-up romp that feels way out of place for a Sonic game, and completely kills all sense of what you've just enjoyed so much of. Speed. Why couldn't there just be a whole Sonic game full of this? But no. I guess we just aren't deserving of such a game, and that's why Sonic Unleashed is at number 10.
Number 9.
Sonic Spinball. You know, I don't know why or how this keeps happening, but it seems like every video game mascot gets a pinball game somewhere down the line. Mario, Kirby, Pokemon, and Sonic is no exception to the rule. Sonic Spinball has to be one of the strangest pinball games I've ever played through. Despite the signature funkified sounds of the Genesis, this game is just glorified pinball. You can kind of control Sonic with the D-pad, but you still only have so much say in where you go. I mean, at least the game is forgiving in terms of death. Most of the time, Sonic will get saved by something and holy sh**! What the hell was that? No, screw it, what's next?
No, I mean it, seriously, no, next.
Number 8.
Sonic 3D Blast. Since video games have been in existence, developers have always tried to push the boundaries of the medium, as well as the limitations of the hardware that they work with. Sonic 3D Blast was supposed to be one of these titles, but it just, well, wasn't. As the title would imply, it isn't quite three-dimensional. It's a 3/4 isometric perspective with some fancy silicon graphics, and well, it really just doesn't work. The levels are confusing, enemies pop up out of nowhere, and well, the gameplay is just boring. What's up with Sonic saving woodland creatures anyway? I think the better question is, why does Eggman love them so much? You know, I don't think I trust the internet enough to put that into a Google search. Point is, Sonic 3D Blast was just a crappy glorified maze game with bonus stages that will make you sick in less than 5 seconds. Oh god.
Number 7.
Sonic Labyrinth. So Sonic 3D Blast is bad, but you know what's worse? The same goddamn game on a handheld console that makes it even slower. Sonic Labyrinth doesn't do anything different than Sonic 3D Blast. In fact, it's the exact opposite of fast. Ugh.
Go, Sonic, go.
And when you spin dash around, you can hardly control Sonic at all. It's the same game. It's the same game, but on the Game Gear. Next.
Number 6.
Sonic and the Secret Rings, and Sonic and the Black Knight. Holy sh**. I mean, I know there's worse games on this list, and we'll get to them, but playing through these two was awful. Both taking part in the Sonic Storybook series, Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight are both equally terrible, but terrible in their own hellish ways nonetheless. Secret Rings is just a test in frustration. You can hardly control Sonic at all, and sometimes it's just as slow as Sonic Labyrinth. I mean, I understand that most Sonic games are based on momentum, but when it takes a noticeable amount of time to reach top speeds, you've got a serious problem with your Sonic game. And then there's Sonic and the Black Knight. Somewhat learning from their mistakes, Sonic Team went back and made a better control scheme, but one that makes you look like a complete f***ing idiot while playing it. Not only that, but it feels like this story is straight out of some Sonic fanfiction. However, the best part of this game is the tragic love story between a hedgehog and his beloved chili dogs.
Number 5.
Sonic the Fighters. So I know I don't really say it or show it a lot, but I'm a pretty big fighting game fan. I'm not necessarily great at any of them, but I enjoy them a whole hell of a lot. So imagine my excitement to see a Sonic fighting game, and then I realized something very quickly. This is an awful game. God, it's just so ugly. Not to mention that all you really have to do to win is mash a single button. I mean, sure, all the characters are cool, I guess? And sure, I know what you're thinking. This actually looks kind of fun. It's cartoony, and maybe my friends and I can play it to make fun of it. But I promise you, it's not worth it. Go play a good Sonic game. Or, you know, like Third Strike or something.
Number 4.
Sonic Shuffle. This game is one of the last remnants of the console wars between Nintendo and Sega. And being so high on the list, you can imagine that it probably didn't go so well. Sonic Shuffle is the most blatant attempt at replicating the Mario Party series that I have seen in recent memory. I mean, they must have thought that Mario Party wasn't fun or something, because anytime I try to play this game, it's just long and boring. I mean, at least it has a story mode, but I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what's going on here. There's hardly any minigames because you have to land on certain spaces, and instead of a dice block, everyone has cards, which makes things even more slow, and last but not least, you never know how long the game is going to be because there isn't a set amount of turns. For all you know, I'm still playing this game, trapped inside the time loop that is Sonic Shuffle.
Number 3.
Sonic R. And if you look in front of you, you'll see, in visceral detail, the shit hitting the fan. I don't even know what I can say about Sonic R that hasn't already been said. It's ugly, its controls are absolutely abysmal, none of the tracks have any rhyme or reason to them, and just, dear lord, that music doesn't fit at all. I mean, besides the fact that you can basically beat this entire game in less than an hour, doesn't mean that you necessarily should. It's easily one of the worst racing games of all time, if you can even call it that. Seriously, people who think this game is good, please stop living in denial. Still, there's something that I can do about that music. Wait, I know.
Can you see the sun is shining on me? It makes me feel so free, so alive. It makes me want to survive. And this
Perfect.
Number 2.
Sonic Schoolhouse. After playing nearly every Sonic game I could, I was wondering if I would have to put in one of the mediocre Game Gear games on the list. But I was convinced that there had to be something worse out there. And I was right. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sonic Schoolhouse.
I'm Sonic.
We polar bears only live in the Arctic where it's very, very cold all the time.
I don't think I really need to say much more. It's the world's strangest edutainment game, and by far the ugliest. So what could be worse than this? So before I reveal number 1, let's have a quick recap. At number 10, it's Sonic Unleashed. Number 9, Sonic Spinball. Number 8, the fake 3D Sonic. Number 7, the worst fake 3D Sonic. At number 6, we've got the Sonic Sonic storybook games. Number 5, Sonic the Button Mashers. At number 4, Sonic Party. At number 3, and at number 2, it's Sonic Schoolhouse.
Number 1.
Sonic Boom and Sonic 06. So it's one thing to rush a hugely hyped up game that basically destroys any chance of ever rebooting your franchise, but to do it twice? Holy crap, man. Sonic Boom and Sonic 06 are both terrible games riddled with glitches, and enough hilarity to send me into a mental breakdown on camera.
This is a great game. I don't know what people are talking about. I like how the entire population of the town is like.
Both games ended up being a huge undertaking for the development teams involved, but because of wanting to hit certain sales periods, both games were rushed, and definitely needed some more time in the oven. As funny as these games are, it's just sad that they both had to turn out like this. But hey, at least there's some hope on the horizon with Sonic Mania and Sonic Generations 2.
So that's it. Top 10 worst Sonic games of all time. Am I wrong? Probably not. Do I have an opinion? Yeah, you have an opinion. Let me know your opinions down in the comments or whatever. Roast me. Tell me I should kill myself. It's fine. Anyway. Let me know you liked it. Like it, share the things, do whatever, man. I don't care. I'm here for your entertainment. I will see you guys next time.